Okay, hopefully I am live. Uh, yeah. So okay, it appears I am live. So if you were watching the previous stream, I'm so sorry it got cut off because of some uh electricity problems here. But let me do a quick voice check again. Okay, so my voice works pretty well. I mean, the microphone works pretty well. Also, the whole noise cancellation thing that I've set up. So first up, right before we start the stream and do what it is doing, I wanted to thank you guys for 400 subscribers. Uh, Thank you so much. I know it's 395 subscribers, but yeah, it's been awesome, and thanks a lot for the support. And if you are watching this stream right now, subscribe away. I have some really cool stuff planned. Most of it involves trying to complete some of the series that I have already started, especially the NeoVim series where I'm setting it up, which is quite popular, and also some videos about my development workflow. However, some of the most cool stuff is the HTMX, Temple, and Go stuff, where I'm developing a Mastodon clone using them called Noob Social. So we'll be working on that as well. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, with that being said, I guess we can get started with today's thing. So essentially, what we are doing today is we are making a cron clone. Now, if you do not know cron, I do not have it properly set up on my laptop, so I can give you a presentation. But it is essentially a job scheduler at its core, where you write out stuff in 5 asterisks and the job schedule, and these 5 represent the different time segments. So the number of years, number of months, number of days, so on, so on, so on. So we are going to be writing its clone in Rust, and it's going to be awesome. So let's head on to project, cargo init, then what do we call it? Noob job? No, that sounds weird. Uh, Jobber? Jobber. That has a nice ring to it. Jobber. There we go. So with that set up, we open up a quick little tmark session. There we go. Oh, I use NeoVim, by the way. Did I mention that? Neo. So cargo run. Hopefully, hello world. Awesome. So at the core of it, for a change, I know cron in itself is based more on the concept of cron tabs, which is like a table that you fill out that keeps track of different cron jobs for you. But I want to write it in my own syntax. Please give me a second. I'm back. I'm sorry, that was phone call I had to attend. Essentially, what I want to do here is, let's say we've named it Java. So I want it to be first up. The most simplest usage would be jobber at plus like 20 seconds and the job name. Just as simple as that. I want one approach to be running like that. Actually, this kind of makes me think, is Rust the right tool for the job? Because this would be quite easy in Go as well. Huh. Well, that's okay. Rust it is. So, what all would we need? Rate wise. We would want stuff to run async, so we do want Tokyo. Oh, yeah, that's clever. Then we would also, let's see. I think I have the thing opened up. Some awesome Rust. The GitHub repository. So this is where I get most of the libraries from. I do not remember stuff at well. This is primarily where I get it from. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Command line. We will need some command line stuff later, but I want stuff related to date and time. So we will be using chrono, right? Was chrono. Let's see. The version is what version is it? Okay, 0.4. 0.4 it is. And I would like to render Surday as well. And I would need a little bit of Surday. And I think I suppose it's called Surday JSON. Okay. So with all of these, I would also need clap and clap derive, I hope it's called. Oh, okay. It is stupid at times. I did not actually remember how to use clap properly, so we'll just reference it off of a previous project of mine. What is that? Oh, right, I will be needing blunt as well. Bunt, I think it's called. It's for the fancy command line stuff. I will be needing this clap, not this. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'll be needing hash brown. I've taken to using hash brown for most of my the stuff like what hash map related stuff, and it's been pretty great. Would I want it to be declared in a toml file, or am I writing a custom parser for it? That should be something that we will decide in the future, but I would also want these two crates, or just the enquire crate, and I would not need or I would probably, who knows. Okay, so with that, those shall be all of our dependencies, and compiling now would be a lot. We are up to 100 crates already. Well, I do like the whole crate ecosystem of Rust. I find it pretty great. So sue me for using crates. Anyways, let's see where I handle clap. And I don't like to pretend that I know all of this on the back of my hand. So I would need to do this. There we go. Derive I know it can only be applied to structs. Okay, arg structs. Right there. Okay, there we go. Actually, a cool little thing. Let's see if I still have it. Oh no. Sorry for the small side note, but there is this new plugin that's going viral. It's called screenkey.nvim. It basically lets you display your screen key here, and I would kind of want it. I do remember actually having it in my NeoVim config, but it seems to have gotten replaced. Yeah. screen key.lua. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, yeah, it has to return the config. There we go. Do a quick lazy, install it, and clean stuff. Okay, there we go. So we now have screen key installed. Okay, there we go. So hopefully now if I would need to do that again. If I do a screen key, I would get this. Okay. Import that. There we go. Okay. Struct args. So in this, first things first, I would like to what is that? How do I pass in a file? Okay. So the command to be executed would be that, right? Like we could have something like jobber run or something, right? We could have jobber pause, jobber run. Okay, so that would be the actual command. We can have jobber CLI or something like. Okay, so jobber run that in a string that we will be able to read from standard input. This can be a good approach, and it makes sense. So okay. So that would be the command. And next up would be file to be copied. What do you think this is? Uh, the cron file. Or yeah, in this case, the cron expression that we will eventually be needing, or file to be parsed. Oh, no, parse. File option string. Okay. Short and long. I don't know if this is how I want it. How about we just say required as false. So there is no need to run it exactly, but it would match the syntax that we just set up. Cool. So however, the file to be parsed needs to have an option. The output file. Yeah, we can figure that out along the way. We just need a very basic setup for now. There we go. Let args.parse, and instead of that we have args. Now let's see if that works. Yep. Let's say I run at hello. Okay, cool. Command is sum run, cron is sum at hello, file is none, and I specify file to be hello.rs. File is sum hello.rs. Cool. So our parser works. Awesome. Okay, that made stuff easy. Next up would be to establish a database connection. So a small little side note. Let's generate the docs because I would need them. Hopefully it should not take that long. There we go. Generated that. Just open that up right now. There we go. And I need to go to Ruscalite. Okay. How do I do this? Yes, so we can either open it in memory or something else. That's cool. Alright, first things first, I need to include this. Use db. No. use creative. No. Oh, so yep. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to me. There we go. So now that's included in the whole file debuggery. Let's say we have a nice little struct. Uh, like yeah, it's called DB. We have the connection, which would be a Rustulite connection, or rather a reference to it. And then the next thing that I would need would be, yeah, that's it really. Oh, okay, that might as well consume it. And then imply for the DB and pubfn new, which would return a reference to the self, would be let cron is, oh, okay, we can probably pass in the name to be a string and str. Just to keep all of this like nice and easy. dbcon, there we go. All right, my Go habits sometimes come in the path of my Rust habits. It's a whole thing. Okay, so we can call this init. Or no, this would be new, and then we have a secret function called init. Okay, that does self.cron.execute. There is no execute, is there? Unwrap, is it? There is no unwrap. Okay. So there's a connection for sure. Uh, hmm. All, is it? No. Uh, Wait. Let's actually not go off of Copilot. Yeah. Open should do it. Then that would be the. Oh, right. It's not actually receiving it. Oh no. Self.con.execute. Okay, so our table init SQL would be what? Create table. If not exists, what do we call the table? Jobs. There we go. That would be command. Next would be created at default correct timestamp. Exec at timestamp not null. Well, okay, it can be null. That should pretty much do it. We can probably have a reference to some metadata related to the job, like which user called it, when was it scheduled, was it successful, stuff like that. Yeah, that would give it a more clearer objective for sure. Next would be create table if not exists. Logs. Well, the log would be cool. Well, yeah, might as well. We can have log thing, and next would be create table if not exists metadata which would be the, oh wait, are we taking id as integer? Really? UID, of course. Oh, Is that how you take UID? Or yeah, GPT it is. How to use UID SQLite, or I don't think there is a UID in SQLite, it just has to be text. It's just the primary key. Uh, Text, which is the primary key. There we go. Text, not null. ID, text, primary key. The metadata related to the is it called the author? No, not the author. The owner, probably. It cannot be null. Well, the created at is, yeah, might as well. Although it need not be there for all. We can have the owner, the status, and what else? What else would we want to see from the metadata of this? We would probably also want to see if well, status would give if it is successful or not, but we would probably, I guess the logs can be included here. Text not null, but a log need not always exist. Okay, how about we put this into do? That seems fair. Uh, uh, we would probably, when we are creating a job, we would like to create its metadata, right? So we would want to put a log ID in this right there, so that it would actually be helpful. And we can have a metadata ID, which is text not null. But since we are probably doing that there, would it want to reference, like, yeah, ref text references jobs of ID. Uh, or yeah, this is better. We would want this to reference logs of ID, and this would reference metadata of ID. But the overall conclusion of this would be that this thing needs to go all the way down here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this thing probably has to go there. There. Okay. This seems good. I could have probably used something like SQL or something, but there is a special joy in writing out these SQL lines yourself. Okay. There would be no need to pass in any params. Is that how you execute it? Yeah, essentially it seems. Okay. How is this DB structured? Mm, hmm. What builder is this using? Okay, so this is cQuery. Well, it did make the whole thing very easy. Okay, yeah, I have to hand it to it. It made stuff really, really easy. Probably we would use cQuery. It seems like the right choice. Huh. I know, I just wasted so much time and now I'm switching back to cQuery. Still, it would be a wise choice. Okay. Mm, Now all I need to do is say cQuery SQL would be table. There we go. How was that done? There we go. Table create uh, table logs. If not exists, ID is okay. If not, I don't think it's like that. Uh, if not exists, column of okay, so that would be column def. Oh, column def new store of ID. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Probably this would not need this at all. Okay, I think I was overcomplicating how much I actually need it. Huh, that makes sense. Hmm, store of table. Well, yeah, this would be jobs. There we go. Create a table of. There we go. Something similar to that. Build SQLite query builder right there. Uh, SQL, just call it that. There we go. SQL. Consider borrow. Okay, I considered that. Anyways, let's check this. That is an integer, not nil, auto increment. Yeah, I do not want any of this. It's a text and it's the primary key, and that's all it needs to be. The string, it is. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so we would assign this an ID. Uh, we can probably store its string just in case. And what else? Yeah, we can store its logs. We can store its exact at and it's created at. Would that be all that we need? It seems so. Yeah, it seems so. The ID of it, the actual cron, the command as well, probably. And finally, status. That too. Mm, okay, that makes sense. We can actually, you know what? It is kind of clever to have an options table as well, which would be stuff like there obviously options ID. However, there should be also the uh, uh, where the standard out is. The standard error zip code is, and what else? Like, where are the logs? And yeah, and what else should be there? That's it, I hope. Then that should not be logs, that should be output. I'm sorry, it does seem like I have no idea where I'm going with this, but I think I kind of do. Uh, okay, so jobs and options. execute that. The status, the command, the actual cron. What would I do with it since it's passed? I would only need this. The command, the output, the status, the execute, create, add, and we can, in all of this, we can have options. Options ID. There we go. Makes sense. Dot table options. The table, if not exists. Yeah, that can just. There we go. Okay, not an integer, a text. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Next would be options as let's call this options SQL, and then next would be jobs SQL. Hopefully that does the job for me. It does. Refer text dot foreign primary key options ID dot integer, or let's say if what all I can use. Null char date UID float borrow string decimal block. Is there something that ref? I'm looking for a ref. Nope, doesn't seem like it. Let's see if I can find something in the docs. Alright, I would kinda need to generate it again because I have new cquery stuff. If I head on to cquery, well, not derive, but cquery. Yeah, there we go. Table create foreign key. Okay, so there seems to be a foreign key attribute. How was that? Okay. So after we create this, we declare a foreign key here. And how do we do that? Foreign key create. Okay, from to that options ID table on update cascade. There we go. Foreign key action apparently. There we go. Failed to resolve the foreign key action. There we go. Okay. So it's from the jobs.table to the jobs options.table to the option. Okay. Before we execute it, can you okay, this should obviously be to string as well, and that should be to string as well. Okay, right before we actually go ahead and do this, can you print both of them out for me? There we go. And now we just need to call this init function. Okay, let tv is that, and then we have a quick db.init, and then we return the db. Pretty simple. Now we go to our main.rs. We actually do want that to print out stuff, and db would be db of new young.db. Alright, this all stuff has to be pub, 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 and pub. There we go. That's no longer needed. Okay. Hopefully that just calls the init function and we do not have to do anything. Create table if not exists, options, not null. Okay, that's not null. It on options ID. Okay, that should run perfectly. No problem at all, hopefully. Well, I think I was a bit stringy there. Now let's see what happens. Okay, there we go. Create table if not exists, options with ID, std out, std error. Okay, that makes sense. And I didn't actually check it properly, but I trust it. I think. Okay, so let's run that. Is there a yank.db? There is one. Okay. Hopefully, well, there's no way I can increase the screen size. I know this is barely visible to you guys. 20. Oh no, that would just increase the thing. The data browser or this? I think this is this. Nope. That just increases that. Anyways, but yeah, okay. So CMD output status option ID browse data. We have CMD output status of the output is that and options ID. Okay, there we go. That seems awesome. I'm on Wayland. Okay, that was awesome. So now we have our database set up. For now, we'll be working right locally because I do not want to create a fuss. Why does it think it's yank? Oh, because of that. And no, it's not copy paste. A simple cron job clone. There we go. Okay, that should be cool. We have initted our db, and yeah, let's quickly write up some functions. Namely, for example, okay. Let's see, the ID would be generated on its own. Hopefully, there is a nice little UID function that I can use, or is it called UUID? Is it not called UID? It's not called UID or dot UID. Okay, it's UUID. UUID. Wait, what? There is no UUID in this? I mean, there has to be a Rust UUID. It should be in cryptography if it is. That's weird. I'm sure there was a Rust UUID thing. Oh yeah, there is a UUID. Great. There we go. That was funny. Yeah, cool. So we have the UUID with us now. So now hopefully all we need to do is we need the command the exec at. Is there any way that it can be specific for a timestamp? Yeah. Or what if it's something it Well, it should be able to work. Timestamp default. How do I declare the default? Well, is this the doc? Okay, cool. Default is current timestamp. Go. The default would be the current timestamp. Awesome. Okay, so now uh add job, it would require unself, it would require a cmd, and it would require a exec add, which it would be a string, or probably, yeah, it should be a string for the, although technically speaking I will be using chrono for it anyways. Might as well. Chrono time stamp time zone date time, or how do I, yeah, off to the thing again. Where is what was that? Where is chrono, there we go. Okay, clock now. Okay, system time for the time zone object to represent the date in a time zone. Okay, date, date time. Chrono slash UTC. Yeah, we'll store it in UTC. That's cool. Okay. So, okay. So this is doing stuff for us, but let us see how I do it here. Yeah, insert into DB is values panic that. Okay, we go. Nope. Okay, it is query. But insert. And I'm sorry, what's the problem here? Where is the problem here? Okay. Well, I would probably need to do add options first, I guess. That would be unself, and it would take in standard out, standard error, and the whole thing. But would I do that? Yeah, okay. Exit code. Match types. Alright, there should also be a ID somewhere. Chops of ID, and that would be UUID. No, UUID. Uh, okay, that seems weird. Uh, okay, that's weird. Time to open up the UUID docs. UUID of UUID of what? Nothing. Let's see, generate random UIDs. Okay, you could have told me to just do that, and I would have. Huh. Uh, how do I convert that into a step table thing? Version is equal to that. And yeah, before you point out, I know my use of NeoVim is not the most optimal. Hey, it's something. Select NeoVim. There we go. What is that? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Options of ID, and right here would be that. Uh, std out dot to string and dot to string. There we go. Now, what seems to be the problem? So it was std out first and that, and let's see how I did it in my DB thing. Query of insert into table columns of, okay, first up, this is not a vec, and I don't know what seems to be the problem of it being vec, but no vec. Okay, okay. p dot name dot clone into, huh. Okay, that's a clever idea that I'd use there. Okay, I should probably study my own code better. It's been quite a while that I've done Rust. So first would be the job builder. That would need just the CMD, the output, not the output, why the output? The options ID and exec add. Okay, so this is a pub thing, and all of these can be public, and that is the chrono thing. Okay, next would be pubstruct option job, right? And that would have all of that. Okay, and next would be pubstruct options builder, and then pubstruct options. There we go. Logs not found for this struct. I'm sorry. Okay. There we go. Job builder. Awesome. So now all this needs to do is pub fn insert option that requires a reference to the self, and what is that, op option, which would be the option builder, and what would that be again? Okay, id dot clone dot into, apparently id std dot clone dot into and into. Here we go. Okay, that's pretty weird. You want to clone that as well, or what are you actually trying to do? Mm, okay, so they seem to need debug, all of them. Mm, Debug and also clone. Uh, okay, so study out, exit code, logs. What else would you need? That's pretty weird. Hmm, okay. Clone, study out. Uh, I would like it if it's short, it's confusing me. Well, I am converting everything into and probably might be the issue of the deck as well. We do not know. And the reason I am borrowing so much off of my uh thing already is because I spent a lot of time having to debug it. So might as well. Uh, okay. So instead of build, we go to string. Then pass in select builder. Try removing the clone. Yep. Okay, so that doesn't need anything. There we go. That works. What is it returning? No, no, no. It only needs to return a string. That's it. Uh, it only needs to return the ID. That's it. It doesn't need to do anything else. Okay, and the next public function would be the job, which hopefully is right. Execat dot clone dot enter. Okay. Yeah. Uh, Seem to be using chrono here as well, but yeah, seems to be the problem. Oh, that should be to a string. To string first, and then into. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Uh, Next we can. I know ChatGPT is doing most of the stuff, so next should be get options. Get option, and that takes in a reference to the self and the op id, which would be just a simple string, and that would return a whole option. Although we don't really need the actual option, we only need the job. So it should be unself, and then job id, which should be just a string reference that should pass in the actual job. And just a quick little side note. Uh, yeah, that should not be an options ID. That should be the option. Okay, there we go. Uh, Build away, I guess. Okay, so we select all of that from ID to the string. I'm sorry. Okay, we select that. Let's actually see. Uh, there is no get option. I should have made a get option. Better encapsulation. What is that get option? There we go. What seem to be the two errors again? Uh, yeah. How did I actually handle that? Okay, but that's a big ass thing. That seems doable. Hmm. Okay. Oh, so this is how I passed it. That makes sense. Okay. 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 So instead of it being like that, the SQL statement is fine. That's okay. The next, however, would be cron dot self dot cron dot query row, which would be and SQL and the parameters which are nil, and then the actual function that takes in the row. There you go. Mhm. Something like that would be viable here. Uh, yeah. Yeah, it's probably good practice to include that everywhere. Yeah, this is weird. Hmm. By the way, am I still streaming? I'm sorry if I've been terribly silent. Yeah, but okay. Essentially, I know this is all like really boring stuff, but it does make sense. Time. Uh, yeah, fully that thing should be done. This returns a result. Job in escalator. Um, options. Okay, so this still returns the same thing. Result of that, and that would be okay. That and right here we can probably do a nice little set where all of the dot unwrap just become that. There we go. Mm, okay. Mm, well, it is not sum for one. It is that. Mm, okay. Uh, let options ID is drop with that, and not unwrap. There's no need for unwrap. It can just be a question mark, and then right here is where we will need to copy stuff. There we go. That would be 5 and 6. 5 and 6, and that would be exact time. Exact at. Oh, uh, UTC and UTC. There we go. Uh, exact at and critical at. What seems to be the problem now? Okay, it needs that from str trait. Okay, quickly. Or do you just want me to? Why aren't the actions loading? Anyways, I know the things are never used. Hey, they're not useless. Anyways, so now I guess the whole DB thing is nearly done. DB dot insert. Actually, one small thing, and I'm just extending stuff for the sake of extending at this point. I'm really not. Apply job builder. Apply job builder. Yeah, I would not need that. Oh, yeah. How would it be available? But yeah, it makes sense. We cannot include that. Nor can we. This can be just a string, but the execute can be now. Okay, and then the let options ID. We actually this I guess needs a new thing. New or there should also be one called empty that just does that, which is exactly what I needed to do. So options ID can be, well, uh, it's not really fair to have the job builder hold the options ID because that would introduce unnecessary complications. So instead, we get the options ID from just inserting an empty options builder, and, and that would be easier, right? Makes sense. Or I know the user can pass this stuff in, okay. We eventually want all of this cool stuff in, but for now it can remain empty. And option builder, and yeah, builder, and okay. Gravity clone. Okay. Option debug, and might as well clone when we are at it. There we go. Yeah, I know, it's never used. Okay. What's that? Hey, it is used. Okay, but that is never used. That again. db dot insert job builder new. Okay. Wait, what? Yeah. Okay. Let's see if that happens. And yeah. Okay. I know this is quite boring at times, but it is kind of important if this works because this is the most important part of it. Browse the data. Oh, and there we go. We have a UID, we have the command, we have the status, we have the options ID, we have the execute and the created at. If I go to options right now, we will see that it is having just the thing I want. Which is awesome. And I'm not sure how Well, that's okay. Uh, yeah, yeah. Okay. So now that I have a job ID, just right here, uh, what would happen if I println it? Uh, get job of. I know it's a big ass. Uh, dot to string. Does it require a string or is it cool? Oh, it's cool. There you go. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so this is all the DB that we are ever going to need. Actually, no, that's false. We just need one small function. It's called delete job. Uh, and that should hopefully cascade in to options as well. Hopefully, delete job. DB. Oh, that just returns nothing. But hey, at least if it works. Okay, so that returned nothing, and the job is gone. And if I open up options, hopefully that is still there. That's bad. We do not want that. Uh, also delete option. Uh, wait, what? Okay, we are getting it. Cool. Okay, that's a weird way to put it. Or we can also just negate all of that and oops. Uh, oops. I accidentally seem to have opened a new thing without meaning to. Why not we also have a pub function called delete option that just does that. Okay, and we can get job is self.get job, delete options. Okay, that works awesome. Hopefully, what is all of that? Associated methods in this implementation I never used. I know. I'm sorry. But they will be used eventually. But okay, that makes perfect sense. I guess now all that's left is to write up a parser uh, that actually parses what the user wants to do. Uh, and I want this to, and I do not want to simply copy cron. I want a job scheduler that has way more features. So let us actually write up an example thing. So let's say it is hello.job. That's kind of a cool extension, right? Okay, so hello.job essentially has to be uh right. Right, I'm so sorry. In the middle of all of this, I forgot that a very, very important thing, which is dependencies, which are processes that have to run before a job is run. And I do not have any idea how to accommodate that. Mm, yeah, I'm clueless. Pub dependencies would be a vec of string. Actually, wouldn't there be a vec of jobs? Can we assign a job a name? Like, wouldn't that be useful? But do we really want to complicate it as much? We probably do not. Yeah, we probably do not want to do that. No. Although the name idea is not bad. Like the name would make stuff very easy. Uh, Pub name string, although you don't really have to give it. If you do not give it a name, it will be nothing now. Um, yeah, okay. So this also uh, pub name, which is a string. Mm, or there might be a random name thing in Rust that I do not know of. Random name, 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 name. Nope. There is not a random name thing creator in Rust. I'm probably stuck there. Uh, we can probably call it job plus some UID. Uh, um, or yeah, it can just be the ID for now. If it doesn't know, if it wants, it can pass in the name, but it can also be omitted. Uh, the job builder can also assign a name. That's huh. Well, I don't want it to be necessary. What I mean to say, but yeah, that it makes sense to handle that logic outside rather than inside. So yeah, I'm all for it. Uh, Not null. Well, yeah, true. It can't be just null. That would suck. Uh, I can have a ran hash function. I guess that should be the best of both worlds. No, its name. How can you forget that? Okay, right, like that. And then here as well, we would query it. Uh, Name would be 1, this would be 2, this would be 3, would be 4. Okay, so that would be 5, this would be 6, and this would be 7. Oops. Okay, that works. Okay. I should probably make a random hash function. Or do I have a handy uh, ran hash function lying around somewhere? It would be cool right now. Nope. Did I write it in the EV and V by chance? Because if so, that would be cool as well. Utils password, yeah. Nope. I need to write a random hash function. I do remember writing it for some project of mine. Just don't remember which. Anywho, I do not need to worry about that for now at least. But one again small test just to be sure. cp dot insert job mm, job builder of new would be ls comma ls comma 2024. Want you guess? Yeah, okay. What? Why? What do you want? Oh, it has to be a string, does it? The whole point of this is convenience. Do not ruin it. There we go. Okay. Let job is. Does insert job return something? Yeah, it returns a string. Let job ID is just that. Uh, 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 let job ID and then print ln db dot get job of that job ID. Up. Need to consider borrowing. Okay, that's cool. Some table jobs. rm dash ref of java db. Then cargo run again. There we go. That was super fast. We have our options and we have the job. But I'm sorry. Alright, open java.db. There we go. ls pending. Okay, so that works. Can rest assured that it does. There we go. So now we can start working on the parser, how I want hello.job to look like. So how I want it to look like is it has to start with an optional name, right? So it can be ls like that, and it has to have at what intervals of time that it has to be executed next, right? Oh wait. Oh wait, why am I having this epiphany right now? I have an exact ad for sure. But how would I know if I have to when should I exec it again? Kinda. So in fact, I would need to store the actual the actual thing. Although I guess the command can accommodate for that. So yeah, the command can accommodate for that. The command should have the time string as well, is it? Huh. Well, it's a job scheduler. It should know when to do it, if that makes any sense. I thought we can just exec increment it, but how would I know what time it is? If that makes sense. Right. So that would be the next obstacle for us. But anyways, with that being said, I have to end it here. I have some work to get to. But yeah, hopefully this was fun. Once this is in a good enough releasable version, I can put in the GitHub repo in the bio so you guys can check it out. Anyways, with that being said, hope you have a great one. See you guys later. Thanks for watching the stream.